Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing, I'm gonna be honest, kind of like a filler video because a couple of videos that I do want to film at the moment are kind of ambiguous. Not ambiguous, but I need time, so I need to upload something. Here we are. And I'm going to be talking about some books that I expect to be 5 stars. Let's get into what those titles are exactly. First, I want to actually talk about one that I'm currently reading, and I expect my rating to remain as I'm imagining it to be right now, and that is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This book is spectacular, and the thing is, in my reading of it for some time, I was a little let down by how little I was blown away by it. I mean, obviously I thought it was great, but it wasn't reading like a 5-star. But in the recent times that I've been reading, I split it. So in my recent days of reading it, I've just really grown with the story, and I'm so attached to all of the characters and the setting and the world and society. I think it's just all amazing, and the more I read it, the more I love it. So I predict by the end of reading this, I'm going to end up giving it a 5 stars. I've gotten to the middle point, so there's a lot of, how would you call them, plot points that are about to take place and kind of take us into the later half of this book. But I'm not ready. But I just want to keep reaching for this and reading it. If you want like a little short summary of what this book's about, a short summary, I'll kind of describe these books to you. So this one specifically, if you're not aware, this is kind of just a little bit of a popular classic. This follows just all of these people who are generally in the same social circle or have connections in one way or another, whether that be through family or by marriage. It's just about their life and what they're experiencing, because there's a lot that happens that, if it happened to common people, did I just say common people? I need to stop reading books about rich people. If it happened to the average everyday person that wasn't as wealthy as all of these characters, it would be okay, trauma. But because it's happening to this specific set of characters who are all rich, who are all interesting people and very complex, Leo Tolstoy is very good at writing characters. It's just so much more dramatic, and it's so much more tragic in the sad things and so much more exciting for the happy things. So there's a lot that happens. It follows a whole bunch of different characters, and I'm loving it. I have one that I actually recently bought because I was waiting for this book to be at a decent price, and then luckily it came at $9 on Better World Books, and so I bought it, and that was House of Leaves by Marcus. Oh, not Marcus. Who's Marcus? By Mark Z. Danielewski. Obviously a very iconic book. Must I explain myself and why I purchased this? Actually, I do have a reason. I bought it because I'm going to read it for a video that you're not going to see for a very long time, but it's nice to have it now so that I can actually start reading it and start actually recording for that video. So watch out for that, I suppose. But I mean, we all know. And the reason I'm predicting 5 stars is because this is a lot of people's favorite book. And a lot of people highly regard this book to be one of the most well-written, just generally, novels ever, which is a big statement, but I'm excited to be disturbed. I want to be creeped out. I saw this coming. I have Secrets of the Dragon Sanctuary by Brandon Muir, the 4th book in the Fablehaven series. The ratings for these books just keep going up. Actually, no, wait, that's a lie. I think I rated the 2nd book higher than the 3rd one, but this one is obviously going to involve dragons more, and it's gonna, I don't know. I don't trust the summary on the back because the summaries are very bad at describing what the actual books are about, but there's just something about this book that I feel like I'm gonna really love. There's more of it as well. It's nearly 550 pages. The more I read about this series, the more I fall in love with it. So this is about Kendra and Seth, who discover that their grandparents are the human... I don't even know what to describe them as. They live on this sanctuary / reservation that keeps all of these creatures, and the magic in this book is mainly based on the magical creatures, and as opposed to, you know, this person has this type of magic and this person has, it's based on the creatures, which is why I also really love it. And there ends up being like an antagonist group, of course. It's a middle grade fantasy, and it's just so great. Characters are great, world is great and complex, the stories are intriguing, and the writing is lovely. Why is it? It's green at the bottom. That is so weird. I expect I'm going to love this one purely because of the dragons. Those are some chunkers. Anyways, one that is not so big is The Monk by Matthew Lewis. Ooh, another classic on here. I have a couple on here, but this just sounds like my perfect book. German romanticism, character study about this monk and his desires, which he believes should not exist. It's like a more fleshed out version of what's his face? Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's literally my perfect idea of a dark book. And I need to read it, but I am so intimidated by the writing because it's from the 19th century. I think that is completely wrong. It was written in the 18th century, and so the writing is very much of that time, and it's a little scary. Even though it's not the biggest book, most of this is literally like extra content. I fear for my eyes and my brain. Are we surprised this is on that list? Cien Años de Soledad by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, a very famous book by a very famous author. I love that he has written like literally a million things, because if I love this, then I can just go and buy those, right? So I won't linger on this one too much because I feel like I've talked about it a lot on my channel, but time repeating, generational, family, people not learning from their mistakes, etc., stuff like that. And I'm still deciding if I want to annotate this one as much as like I annotate Anna Karenina, because this is a beautiful book. You know, like look at this book. Deckled edges, the flap paperback, the very raw paper feel. I just don't want to like touch it with my pens, but I know I'm just gonna find so much fantastic material in this. This one is specifically one that I've been putting off because I'm so scared that I'm just not gonna love it as much as I expect to. And then finally, I have an anticipated release for this year, and that is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. I'm actually really excited for two books that this author is releasing this year, or well, basically everything that they're releasing this year. The other one is like a sci-fi girl group mission kind of thing, and it sounds amazing, but Nothing But Blackened Teeth is my most anticipated release of the year, and the one I'm more excited from her. So it's just everything I love about horror put into a book. We have supernatural, a really old manor, a group of friends set in one night. I mean, it's like the perfect setup for a book for me. And I have to wait till October to read it. I am so mad. I am so mad. Like, why? A lot of my media that I'm excited for generally is releasing in the second half of the year. And I feel like that's because a lot of the media I like is darker, which obviously is going to be released around fall time and winter time, but next year I'm going to be a senior, so then it's like I can't wait, because then I have to wait to get older, and that's ugly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. I'm always doing book videos every week, hopefully, and sometimes, occasionally, very occasionally, I'll do something about horror movies as well. So I will see you all next time. Bye.